Hello and welcome back to KPC Live. We're proud to present this featured high-stakes, no-limit hold'em cash game. Joining us today, you see Tan Xuan, Wiktor, S2E1, Wang, Xiang, Elton, Xiang, and Yi. The blinds are 1,000, 2,000, no-limit hold'em. We will be playing the Squid game as well. The stacks are super deep. You see Tan Xuan sitting with 2.8 million. The rest are 500 big blinds deep, $1 million a pop. It's gonna be a fun one. We're here for an exceptionally long time, giving you all the action here at KPC Live. You see we're loading it up. Shortly you will be seeing all our players in their respective seats. And here we go, shuffle up and deal. Elton, pretty suited connector from early position. As you see, we're playing 1,000, 2,000. Squid is 3,000. Pocket pair for Tan Xuan. There are a couple props as well that I will be informing all of you as the game continues. But look at this. Limitless. Red queens in the small blind. It's going to get a little bit more expensive. See a 3-bet into the tune of 85,000. S2E1 gets out the way, frustratingly. And these suited connectors this deep, maybe he wants to give him some action. In there, and that might bring in Tan Xuan with pocket fives from the button. A little glance over. I really don't think he's going anywhere. And let's see a flop. 3-way 3-bet pop. First hand off the deck. And what a flop it is. Unfortunate for Wiktor, sees the ace high flop, but this collision is going to be between Elton and Tan Xuan. A set for Tan Xuan, first hand off the deck, and a pair and a gut shot for Elton. Wiktor taps the table. And Elton gonna play takeaway here, trying to get Wiktor off of a hand exactly like he has. Unfortunately for him, the unlikely case 5 it is. As Tan Xuan flops a set. I do think there is a case for Tan Xuan to just call if he doesn't think Elton's going to put in multiple bets with his ace-x, potentially, that Tan Xuan might think. But no, pink chip it is. Raise it up. And those queens go down in flames. Eye roll. 280. And now Elton has to think, What is this man raising me with? I have the 4. I have a 5. Does he really have ace 5? It really would only be ace 5 of clubs. A little bit of accounting in order. Certainly tricky. The bluffs on this board generally would contain a 4. But we have a 4. Maybe a hand like 4-6. A 6-7 is also possible as well. Good fold, Elton. Good fold it is. A little bit of rabbit hunting. Oh, and it would have... He would have got it.
Yeah, queen.
Quiz.
Yeah.
Queen would have been disaster for Xuan, but you were not going to see that one, Mr. Wiktor. Nice hand for Xuan. Elton, of course, loses a time bank, but better than losing another 200,000.
Very strong.
It's nice to flop a set first hand off the deck. Xuan, 13 million in earnings. Tournament earnings, of course. I'm sure there's also earnings in cash games. Highlighted by his first at the 50k short deck in Triton Super High Roller in Jeju. Very well accomplished. I'm sure that trophy looks nice. I don't have any of those. Pocket 9s for Elton. Suited ace for Yi. He's going to come in as well. Queen 3 suited is going to get in there. I expect a bit of gambling tonight. Pocket pair. ST Wang also in. Unfortunately, we see Xiang fold one of his 3s. And we're going 4 ways, 58,000. Jack 4 deuce. Not necessarily that great for anyone. However, Yi has bottom pair, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Maybe this incentivizes him to activate some, and it does. Xuan not with much of anything here. Down. ST Wang, see ya. Elton's certainly going nowhere here. He beats some value hands. Some 4x, some pocket 6s. See a turn. 88 now. King of Hearts, not necessarily the card Yi wants to see. Elton will have some hands like King Queen with a backdoor, Ace King, of course. See if he wants to keep the heat on. His hand doesn't have too much showdown value. Taps it. Bink? And this is a card he does want to see with his particular holding. And 9s now feels as if you're at the bottom of your range. So maybe Elton... Oh no, he just taps the table. Smart move. Easy bet, of course. Incoming.
I just say whatever.
Targeting some Jack X's. Maybe some hands exactly like Elton has. See the sizing he chooses here. And he's grabbing big money. And that's an overbet. Trying to make it look as suspicious as possible. 135,000. Trying to make it seem as if he's turning maybe a 4 into a bluff. Pocket 5s. Elton trying to get a read, but makes the good fold. Nice hand, Yi. Earns himself a squid. And of course, the squids are worth 3,000 each. But if you get 3 of them, the penalty doubles for the opponents who do not have a squid themselves. And if you earn 5, doubles again. And if you earn 7, it doubles again. And there are a total of 10 squids. See one of them in the middle of the pot as we speak. Action on Ding Xiang. Real hand. Slight delay there, you saw. Chooses to just limp. He might have picked up on that and limps behind. Ace-9 offsuit. Nobody choosing to kick it up just yet. But real hand as well for Elton. King, queen suited. Uptown. And this is great for Ding Xiang. 26,000 from Elton. How expensive will it be when it gets back to him? Pink chip inserted. Going up to the tune of 126. So that's 100,000 more out of position with king queen suited versus the limp free bet. Uncomfortable situation, but Elton wants to see a flop. And we're going to the flop heads up, 258,000. That's an all diamond flop. Not exactly what Elton wanted to see. Right color, wrong shape. Ding. Of course, with the overpair plus diamond. Checks it back. Tricky. 5 of hearts. Ding leaves the door open for Elton to try to play takeaway. Maybe take it away from something like ace queen, black. But nonetheless, Elton does not fall for it. Check again. Ding says enough of that. Let's put some money out there. Grabs a couple pinks. 100,000. Done. Shows him. Elton, of course, is going to be relieved to see that. And Ding earns himself the pot plus a squid. That's a nice back pillow right there. I like that. I need one of those, you know? Or else you end up in the chiropractor. They make us sit here hours on end playing poker. You see S2E1 Wang with a back pillow himself. Okay. Of course, those of you that speak Chinese are enjoying the game within the game. I'm sure there's a lot of banter and stuff. I was told that by the end of this I will learn it. I'm still trying. There's a straddle on this hand. 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. Limitless. Picks up a real one early position. After the Tan Xuan limp, he makes it 24,000. Pocket pair for ST Wang. So you want to come in.
咖啡也是，拿铁。
Looks like he's grabbing 3-bet chips. This is an aggressive lineup. 3-bet 76,000. Boys came here to play, and this might not end here. Assume Wiktor's going to 4-bet most of the time. Not this time, however. We're gonna see a flop. Wiktor pretty much trapping here. Hoping his opponent has something like ace queen, ace jack. And Wiktor's gonna whiff this board. Jack 5-6 black. Ace king offsuit red. Not exactly what you want to see when you flat ace king. Deuces with a club, probably incentivized to play some protection. Get hands like king 10 of diamonds to just release. I'll defer to ST, however. Bet. 80,000. And this is uncomfortable for Wiktor. He still beats some bluffs. King queen, king 10, ace 10. Of course, he doesn't have clubs or spade, but it's just enough to get in there. Let's see a card on the turn. 8 of hearts, 323,000 in the middle. Neither player really loving this board. Wiktor taps the table, and now the question is, does ST just keep launching, trying to get his opponent off something like 9s, 10s, ace highs? Or does he think deuces are going to show down enough of the time? Taking a look at that stack from his opponent. Long deliberation. It is a difficult situation between turning this into a bluff or taking it to showdown. Taking it to showdown so far. Off to a river. Another 8. Rather good card for ST. Beats clubs. Beats backdoor spades that missed. King 10 of spades. Clubs, of course. Ace queen with a single club. See if Wiktor now. Same problem set that ST Wang had. Does his hand have enough showdown? Checks. And I think this shows down most of the time. Taps it. Deuces wins. And look at that face from Wiktor. Like, what? I did not expect to lose to that. But you did. You lost. Nice hand, ST. 323,000 with pocket deuces. Very nice, sir. Very nice.
I was so happy when you show first deuce. I think, oh, I win. Thank you. I will not show my card. True. I don't think about it.
Straddle still live, you see it. Xiang now. Ace Jack offsuit. Certainly gonna get in there. The question is, do you limp as a trap or do you raise? Kick it up. 20,000. Elton playing tough on the button. He's in there with the 6-5 offsuit. Xuan not with much. Queen deuce off. Not the hand you want to see on the straddle, but here we go. Heads up. Elton versus Xiang. Xiang out of position on the 9-6-3. Not exactly what you want to see with the ace jack out of position. However, that jack a little bit wrapping around the 9. Does have a heart. Maybe he chooses to bet. No. Check, check. Elton checks back middle pair. Another 9 on the turn. Strengthens Elton's hand. Less concerned, especially after facing 2 checks now. He's reaching. Certainly if you bet, you could get called from some ace highs here. Ace high does beat a decent chunk of hands here. Jack 10, King 10, Queen Jack. Don't think you really could fold ace jack just yet. A little too much hand. Xiang agrees. Off to a river. Seven. Xiang checks, and we're going to showdown. Nice hand, Elton. 117,000 gets himself a squid. Playing tough on the button. Love to see it.
Finish, right? Oh no, just finish.我是最讨厌要坐我后面。我谁不是？我很早当时说过，我说谭燕坐我后面都没关系。
So how quickly they took that away from me?
对，他在我后面，他屁股能粘的不得了，我跟你说。
They put it on the screen and then they were out of there.
对啊，我和隔离就是一队贴过来了。
不要看我牌，帮我丢这个啊。
But we will inform you shortly who's winning, who's losing, who's tilted, who's not. But I'm still fascinated with these back pillows.
Can you put the squid in the front?
Players, do you want to know how many squids are left? Of course, that's
I think
part
you
of...
don't need the box. You just put all the squid in front.
Don't need the
Don't
box.
need the box. 这个
不用那
盒子
个。
拿掉吧。对，然后这样每个人都看得到嘛。对，时间什么都看得到。
Alright, we go at 5 ways to this flop. Nobody really touches it. It's gonna be a battle of who wants it more. So far, nobody cares. Off to a turn. And that brings in a little bit of action. Xuan open-ended. Elton with the bottom end of a gutty. Wiktor as well have the gutty to the top end. No action on the turn. River King. Nobody touches this. Does anybody want it? Xiang, top pair. He checks. And Xiang, you got it, man. You got it. You take the 10,000, get yourself a squid.
哇，我一路。他最后才赢我。
Okay, finish, right?
还有小鱼。手汗
这么大，我都以为我大了。
5个人没有一对牌，
看我
叫那个
多大？
很难了。
玩谁啊？
5个人没有一个对子。
Sometimes the players need a little break from 3-betting and 4-betting themselves every single hand. Alright, here are your winnings. Tan Xuan up 234, ST Wang 152, Ding Xiang 131, and Yi up 52,000. So far, Wiktor and Elton, you know, they have a little bit of work to do. But the night is young here at KPC Live. This is gonna change throughout the evening. Gonna see much bigger swings, I am certain. Especially as the players get a little bit comfortable. Some get a little bit more tilted. Some get a text from their ex-wives. It's gonna be a long night, you know? You see, we just started a new squid. 2 in the middle on the first hand. ST Wang limps early position with King Queen offsuit. Maybe setting a trap. Nobody falling for it yet. Limp, 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 check. Going 6 ways to the flop. We don't necessarily know Yi's hand just yet. 10, 8, 4. Tan Xuan bottom pair. Wiktor top pair. And we get to know what Yi's hand is, but he's betting. Bets pot. That gets rid of bottom pair, but can't get rid of Wiktor just yet. Top pair, he's in. And we're off to a turn heads up. Wiktor versus Yi. And we do see Yi's hand has a better top pair. 10-9. Ace on the turn. This might slow the action down. Although Yi very aggressive, still grabbing for chips, targeting either weaker top pair or a certain amount of draws. Jack 9, Queen Jack 6, 7, as well as 8 X's. Bet 25,000. I really like this. It's very thin. And it's getting action. Look at this. Wiktor calls through. 86,000. Another overcard. Queen of Spades. Assume this goes check, check. And you got it. Yi with the thin value bet on the turn gets called by worse. Take it down, young man. Get yourself 2 squids as well as a signing bonus. So far, a little bit of a rough start here for Wiktor. Loses the ace-king. Got out flopped with pocket queens. First hand off the deck after a 3-bet. Now loses with top pair. And sometimes it's like this, you know? There's nothing you can really do. He hasn't really made any mistakes. But sometimes the deck doesn't pick you. Sometimes the deck likes your brother. Just like the ex-girlfriend you had.
不管他们扣的不是哪里，这个是你给的，我不知道，这个是拍的好。
Number 1 for Xiang limps. A smooth limp too. It was like chilling.
上次揣的，好像是那个，我在旁边跟他合影的嘛。
你问我就行了。
真的吗？
Elton limps behind. Xiang really wants to see someone get after it. Tan Xuan limps behind as well. So far planned not according to what he wanted. 5-way flop. And this is not a great board for aces that limped. Elton with a big hand, middle pair, open-ended straight draw. Xiang certainly has to play this cautiously. Starts off with a bet, half pot. Elton can play this a series of different ways. Chooses the aggressive action first. kicks it up. Big boy raise, 30,000.
拍了个合照，然后发了
And this is gonna put Xiang in a really uncomfortable defensive position. Certainly do beat hands like 8-7, 6-7, 9-7, Jack 10. However, you're smoked against the value range.
浓烈的兴趣。
10-7, 9-8, 6-8. King of Hearts. Good card for Xiang. None of those draws necessarily hit.
没有啊，
在后面，
上次也有。
Checks it over to Elton. Elton now. Does he keep bringing the heat?
你们都打了吗？今天要打牌的。
Xiang would love to see a check. Certainly could narrow Elton's range to those draws we mentioned. And there's the check. Can Xiang fade the river? No. 10 of spades brings in the 7 straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hates this card. Taps the table. And an easy value bet
有点小线。
inbound from Elton. Sort of see the grimace on Xiang. He sort of knows this is not the card he wanted to see. Expect hands like Jack 10 to probably just check. Don't really beat much here. Facing 44,000. Great price.
打不过。
But good fold. Xiang. Take it down. Elton shows it.
这牌关键时候你都不加个
And that's 114,000 headed over to Elton, as well as the squid.
他的不会很短，但你加住我3B，你要靠住我，我又头痛。
That's an unfortunate
我这几天拿了第一把。
little run out there for Xiang, but
你们放这个，
it'd be like that sometimes.
我枪口味嘛，我练不一样，没毛病。
We've all been there.
这么喜欢加主人，后面没有一个人加主，这个放成这个。
肯定 A 了嘛，谁
Get aces, you're excited, your heart rate starts going up a little bit, you feel like you're gonna play a big pot, and then it comes 9, 8, 6, river 10. And then you question why you play this game. Because you're a masochist. Mystery hand for Yi. This is when production makes me and you work. Try to figure out, try to play good poker. Well, whatever mystery hand it is, I like Xuan's hand. He's got them boys on the cutoff. We're going up. Xuan kicked it up to 15. Excuse me, he kicked it up to 15. Xuan's gonna kick it up for more. 70,000. Action quickly folding back to Yi. And a quick call. We're going heads up. 145 in the middle. Xuan with kings in position.
8-5-4, but you go all in, people.
6-5-5. Not necessarily a bad board for kings. Could get value from all the overpairs, as well as some ace highs, ace queen of diamonds, etc. Will be peeling flop. Flush draws, of course, as well. Do lose to a little bit of 5x, 4-5, ace 5. 6 is full, of course, but definitely enough value to be garnered. And that's 80,000, roughly half pot. And Yi is gonna take a peek at the turn. Call. 305,000 now. Ace of diamonds, not the card Xuan wants to see. Lose to that ace queen of hearts, lose to that ace jack of hearts.
你从哪里来的？新的包？
我从新加坡买。
Looks like he's reaching.
我逃个飞机来。
Reaching anyway.
你兄弟也不说来。
Going for another bet.
就没见过他回来。除了第一天晚上。
Half pot again. Thinks he could get called by hands like tens, jacks, nines that are non-believers.
他不是过来做另外一件事情了吗？
基本上
Also
就
wants
只
a
为了
little
那
bit
个
of
事情。
protection, possibly from hands like queen, jack of
然
hearts,
后
jack ten
不
of
是开
hearts.
车捧场嘛，结果除了第一天晚上见了他，再也没见过他。
我家是去打，他有打了1、2场那个
And he has that little look in his eye.
比赛。
I could see it through the shades.
哦，他是你兄弟啊。
Definitely not folding, that's for sure. The question now is, does he send it upstairs? No, call. Off to a river, and this pot has ballooned to 605,000. 10 of hearts. This board has run out pretty poorly for Tan Xuan. Flush draw fails. He does have the king of hearts, however. But everything else has been not great. Ace of diamonds turn. 10 of hearts river. And he has not necessarily checked yet.
对你们那边的人来说，胜率重要吗？
Does he come out with a donk on the river?
看个人，我看个人，我不
不算难。
我不过的，我从他说他过来是支持，就是
Still has not checked.
沙巴儿子嘛，沙巴儿
And
子
he's looking at his chips. I think he's betting.
小一个小。
Not what Tan Xuan would like to see, that's for sure.
但主要是不知道他会不会回来，就也不知道他会不会回来。我知道他说15号走，
这个是命里面啊，怎么支持？
我不知道。
Still no check from Yi, still no action.
他来的时候在飞机上，好像真的是这样说的吗？
一个揣着我的名字。
我靠，我咖啡。
Tension's certainly building in this pot. And he sends it in.
哎，我也想要一杯咖啡。
Oh lord, and that's gonna get the attention of Tan Xuan. He needs a sip.
I have an ice latte. Yeah.
Count please, it's 799,000. And what a spot.
跳，果那么大。
Does he turn 7-8 into a bluff here?
Check call, don't please. I think so. I'm not sure.
Maybe a hand like 8-9 of diamonds into a bluff. The value range is clear. It's flushes and boats. Don't think he's donk shoving a 5. Can he have a hand potentially like 7s with a heart that did not believe on the turn? That's turning it into a bluff? I mean, he's capable of many, many things. I do not envy Tan Xuan's position. You do lose to hands like Ace, 8 of hearts. Call flop, call turn, donk shove, river. Feels natural. Trying to get value potentially from an Ace, King, King of Hearts type hand.
You think that was the action or different? Or this one? Yeah, I'm not sure. 你现在这把牌你看了吗？
我们在
在聊支持，在
你们
聊
问我吧，
支持不支持？
等一下再问嘛。
No one knows.
我本来也想问
No
的。
one knows.
Elton 问我叫到彼此出咖啡
For。sure, but I don't know what's the difference. Check cross turns for sure. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so check call flop shouldn't make sense, huh? Check call. Or he 4-bet, I'm not sure, but I don't think so. What is the situation you have some bet?
Ten Xuan still thinking about it.
Flush case and what do you think?
Deep in thought, and the thing is, against a lot of players, you just fold, move on with your life. But against Yi is not so easy. He's capable of many things. Long deliberation. You see the time banks in front. This is an already $1.4 million pot. But you're also facing an almost $800,000 decision. King of Hearts is certainly relevant to be a little bit of... And takes it down. Yi gets it through. And he had the 7-9 of diamonds. This guy's an animal. What? Excuse me, sir. Oh, he had the 7-9 of diamonds. He said maybe the 7-8 of diamonds. Oh man, what an animal. This is the thing, and that's why he tanks so long. Yi is capable. And he takes down the $1.4 million pot. Wow. What am I witnessing? Jesus Christ, we're in the streets. Ten Xuan's gonna get spicy right now. He's gonna get spicy. I predict Ten Xuan VPIP increases by 10% for the next hour. And listen, Ten Xuan, I'm on your side. I agree. Let's go after that man. You don't just bluff us like that and think we're not gonna play back. We got position now. Come on, Ten Xuan. Let's take that smile off of Yi's face. If he plays, we play. Guarantee he's isolating him. Yes, get him! And unfortunately, Ten Xuan's gonna run into it behind. I'm not supposed to be biased, but from this point forward, I'm rooting for Ten Xuan. Ace King suited from Wiktor. 3 bets Ten Xuan. Going to 75k now. Ten Xuan ISO'd Yi to 24,000. We're certainly not folding a suited hand after all of that commotion last hand. Off to a flop. 155 now. Top pair for Ten Xuan. Overs plus backdoor flush draw Wiktor. Taps it back. Good card for Ten Xuan. Slick check.
还不是土匪的行
Wiktor
为。
doesn't fall for it.
超级土匪，这个可以。
I think at this point, Xuan could probably get value for this 8.
等下想了半天。
Might get called by hands like Wiktor's. Ace King, Ace Queen. Might not believe, thinking you have hands like King Queen, King Jack. Throws out a pink, that's 100,000. 2/3 the pot. Glance from Wiktor. Good fold. Take it down, Xuan. A little bit of a rebate. Gets himself a squid as well. And man, I'm sure the table's still buzzing over that last hand. You see the glances at each other like, wow, what just happened? It's a sick play. I mean, I know all of you at home are just like, easy fold, and then you get shown bubbles. And here you see your winnings. Yi with 3 squids up 402,000. I'll tell you what, he's earned every dollar. King 2 suited. He's in there. Remember, when you get 3 squids, that penalty doubles for every opponent that does not have one yet. So if at the end of the rodeo you don't have a squid, you owe that man 6. Six-way flop now. Queen 5-4. Got shot for ding. And not much really else going for anyone too much, but Xuan flops bottom pair plus an over. Fires in a bet. Xiang bottom pair himself. He's in there. And Ding is in with his gut shot. He's in with his backdoors plus overcard backdoor flush draw in there. Okay. Xuan now picks up diamonds to go along with his bottom pair. However, Xiang, middle 2.
Best or some out maybe.
Or rather, middle and bottom.
Yeah, but
10. Bringing the heat.
need some bluffs.
Bet double the pot.
I say
And a quick call from Xiang.
if I check this.
I love how it's just smoothly, just like a 2x pot bet just goes in, and diamonds fill for Xuan. Not the card, of course, Xiang wants to see. He gets counterfeit.
Maybe like 4-5.
As well as loses to even more value. On the turn, he was losing to better 2-pair. Now he loses to trips, flushes, and houses. And that's a bet.
He likes to call too. It's like
110 from Xuan.
I don't know, need some bluffs sometimes.
And I don't think 9-4 is strong enough to call.
Suited.
I do think if you want to do something, you're going to have to jump out the window and send it in as a bluff.
3-5. 3 squid cards.
And we certainly know Xiang is capable of such things. I've seen it before. Sort of really goes after these spots when he blocks certain
He
value.
also doesn't have. He's like also what he has.
I don't think he wants to do it this time, just based off body language, but I don't take anything away from this man. Good fold.
Fold because it's paired?
Good fold. Xuan, another rebate, 362,000. Take it down. Unfortunate river for Xiang, of course. I don't think an all-in would have worked that time. One, because I think Xuan's a little spicy from that last hand. So I think he would have wanted to see it. Not gonna get Xuan to make 2 good folds. See the straddle on from Xuan. I'm telling you, he's coming after people now, and I like it. Limp from Wiktor. ST's in as well. Both players looking for a squid. Xiang also looking for one, and he's going to activate this ace-5 offsuit. Kick it up. 22. And we're going 3 ways. Xuan got in there with these 3s. Wiktor got out of the way. 73,000 headed to C3. Ace 10, 5, 2 pairs for Xiang. And that's gonna put ST Wang in a stranglehold, out of position against Xiang, the original Razor pre-flop. 40,000. Wiktor folds those excuse me, Xuan folds those 3s. ST going nowhere, of course. Off to see a turn card. That 3 would have hit. Look at, why does the cameraman go straight to Xuan? We know. Come on, man. These cameramen have no mercy. Nonetheless, ST Wang checks, and easy value bet for Xiang. ST Wang does beat some bluffs. Queen Jack, King Jack. Some bottom pair on the flop that is popping off. Some 6-7. You do have a 7 in your hand nonetheless. Tricky spot. Call. Off to a river, 315. That's the 9 of clubs. Check from ST. A young decision to bet or not. You do beat hands like 10, 9 of hearts. Ace Jack. Bet. You see the uncomfortable nature that ST Wang is in, facing 132. Curious. And he calls, gets shown. Ace 5, 2 pair, 579,000 over to Xiang. Beautifully played. Good thing he bet that flop. Or else Xuan would have banged off the bottom set, and it would have been nasty. See, sometimes players, you know, they get a little trappy, and then things don't work out so well. But Xiang, take it down. Gonna give our dealer a quick break. And here you see the update here at KPC Live. Yi up 388. Xuan still winning even after that pot. 128. Ding 114. Xiang after that ace 5 up 109. Wiktor, Elton, and ST Wang trying to climb out that hole. It's been fun. tell you that. I mean, we've seen some pots so far. That Yi versus Tan Xuan is a highlight, but Tan Xuan 91. Excuse me, 91%. That's okay. Remember when I said earlier he was gonna play an extra 10%? There's no room for him to play an extra 10%. So I mean, was he gonna go straight to 100? He might. He might.
那他的7、8、8、9这一方块也不是是一样的，对应组合配码可能遥遥不够。
Tan Xuan really getting after it this game. Xiang kicking it up to 14,000 with a real hand, getting 3-bet. Elton kicks it up. $55,000. King 10 of hearts. Now how does Xiang play this? Certainly 4-bet sometimes. Call. Heads up. Ace Queen of Diamonds versus King 10 of Hearts from Elton. 115 in the middle. 6-3 deuce. Nobody touching. I think Ace Queen not gonna fold to a single bet. Let's see how Elton proceeds. Really whiff this board. No backdoors, just straight overs. That's 55. Don't think Xiang's going anywhere. Wow, it does give him credit for it. Does give him credit. Oh, and he would have banged off the queen. Okay. Makes the discipline fold on the flop. Unfortunately, this time, you know, didn't work. But nonetheless, nice pot for Elton. Take it down.
可以打光的，你有鱼，兄弟。对啊，我也可以打光。我也可以打光的，我怎么可能骗不到？我要加你的话就打光了。打光啊！我是书体，我不是书体同你讲。A 圈，你还书体？对啊，A 圈书体。哦，被偷了。哎呀！
Those of you that understand Chinese get a little insight into what they're saying. That's why I stay quiet, you know, when they're talking. I'm sure many of you are curious what they have to say. Elton now, King Queen offsuit. Facing 2 limps. Kick it up. Let's make it 20,000. Tan Xuan pocket pair as well. He's in there. Pocket 7s. And the action has stopped on Wiktor. He's in as well. Jack 9 suited. Xiang. Pocket 2s. The Mallards. Let's take a peek at it. Let's go 82,000 in the middle 4 ways. Everyone with a real hand. Ace, Ace, 6. Nobody touches this board, however, Elton is the original raiser. Might decide that he wants to rep this ace. So far it's check to him. He's betting. Looks like quarter pot. This board certainly puts a little bit of pressure on his opponents, but Tan Xuan's going to take another peek at the turn. Xiang gets out the way. We're going heads up. King Queen versus sevens. 10 of spades.
这个后门花我没扣。
Brings in spades. Elton with the Queen of spades. Might be enough. It's a chunk of equity picked up on the turn. Gut shot. Flush draw. Also just repping strong from the get. And that justifies another bet. I like this a lot. Looks like half pot. 60,000, and this place is real heat on these sevens. Down. Very nice play from Elton. Shows it. Take it down.
上头，
把我的大牌打掉了。
我是不是加12万你还是可以扣？
这个牌我可以fold啊，我真的是。
Earns himself another
我这你
squid.
是不是开玩笑？
你是不是有什么问题？这个牌的。
这个牌你说能不能
但
fold？
我没问你这个最后一个
那个
问题。
时候我33万翻钱不是扣了吗？这个牌。我
To see it
3
squids
还有最后一位，我
这肯定扣了。
for Elton. Penalty doubles for the opponent that does not earn himself a squid by the end of this game.
我早就说吧，我说你坐我后面，我是觉得最难搞的。
他破他拿法牌粘嘛。
And the action continues. You see Wiktor and ST still no squid. Queen 6 suited. Xiang limp. Elton's in. Ding, no squid either. He's in there. See 3 squids in front of Yi. Suited connector for Xuan. He's gonna kick it up. Looks like 30,000. Looks like a steal on the button. ST Wang. No squid. He has an ace, but unfortunately, that's a deuce next to it. And it's not suited. Down.
大的有问题。
And we're clearing everyone out. Take it down. Oh, not so fast. Ding maybe wants to give it a swirl here. Doesn't have a squid. And let's go, Ding. Oh no! Pump fake. Alright. Fair enough. I mean, it's Queen 4 offsuit, guys. Like, we can't really blame this man.
打毛。上头，
他妈的，
但杂毛
19个
7圈。
517 57 517
单冇杂毛啊？
This. We're
我有
doing
圈
some payment.
我说这个牌他扣进
圈
去
7输气都没扣。
最少两枪嘛，我说。
And here are your winnings. Yi, 387. Ding, up 112. Xuan, still in the profit. 91 or 2%. VPIP, 95k in the profit. Xiang, 32. Elton, Wang, and Wiktor still trying to climb out the pits. Really, things have not gone fantastically for Wiktor. He's run pretty bad. But like I always say, the night is young.
54
Here at KPC Live, you're going to get the opportunity to get it back. Generally, these numbers are quite tame for this game. I expect that not to last much longer. The chip counts. 10 Xuan, almost at 3 million. Yi 1.4. Ding a mil. Xiang a mil. Here are your VPIPs. Oh, 10 Xuan's playing a little tighter now. 86%. Elton 73. Wang 60. I mean, everyone's giving action. He's up 400,000. Ten Xuan kicks it up. Ace 10 offsuit now. Wang still no squid. 2 Broadway cards though. We're kicking it up. 3-bet. $115. And neither player here with a squid. Both gonna be suspicious of each other. It's like when you're in a bad relationship and you've both done each other dirty. At that point, you just never believe anything.
300 more.
Start going through each other's phones. It's toxic. I don't know why I trauma dump on all of you, but it's kind of fun. Don't act like you've never been there before. Jack 6-4. Top pair for ST after 3-betting. Check. Slick check. Leaving the door open for a hand exactly like Ten Xuan has. Has the club in the hand. But Ten Xuan's suspicious of this check. Look at this glance over. See, Wiktor adds on some chips. Nice check from Ten Xuan. Does not fall for it. King now. Generally would be a good card for ST, however, this specific time doesn't love it. Taps the table again. Ten Xuan has to be feeling like this Ace 10 is losing showdown value, as ST probably, if he had worse, would at least consider betting flop or turn. But the question is, does he get enough folds if he does bet? Checks it back. 8 now. After action goes check, 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 check. I think Queen Jack is certainly strong enough for a bet here. Unless he thinks his opponent's just straight has nothing. I think we bet something to the tune of 80,000 to 120. $85,000 now. I like this bet from Wang. Difficult situation for Ten Xuan. Take it down. Nice hand for ST. 319,000, as well as earns himself the squid plus the button. Always a nice feeling. And you know what? It feels as if Ten Xuan has had a long night, but he's still right around even, maybe up a little bit, maybe down a little bit, but you would feel as if he was down. But that's the thing, like, the pots are so big that even if you make a big fold and you win a couple other ones, you're right back in it.
对啊，因为我外面对面的地方。
Yi limps in, brings in Ten Xuan, and Wiktor, who just re-upped some chips. He's gonna kick it up with the Ace-5 suited in the cutoff. 26,000. Action quickly folding around. It looks like
真的有可能。
you're gonna take it down, sir. Wiktor takes it down. Get yourself a squid, no contest. That's a nice feeling too.
合伙就像是有一个，就合伙嘛，
一起去是吗？
找一个人去嘛，那个牌子就，比如说我去，
我放牌子，
我放牌子，等一下
Limitless,
我
of
用
course.
4个你还我2个。
Very accomplished himself. Highlighted by a first in the Triton Super High Roller 200K.
你要一定要用一个。
That's a
1、2题
crown jewel.
没必要啊，兄弟。
没必要，你说一声，我们可以让你。
对。啊？讽刺都说我们也知道，
这个打3年会尿道发炎的。
Queen 3 suited, certainly good enough for Xiang. He's in. Straddle is live this hand. Ace 5 off in the small blind. Elton's gonna kick it up, 30,000. Ding has not folded, rightfully so. Ace 8 offsuit. Does have to worry about Yi behind him, however, as well as the limp from Xiang. Maybe he wants to activate here. This hand certainly could go in a multitude of directions. Kick it up. Looks like 100.
不敢了，真的不敢了，敢不过。
Nice play, Ding. Take it down, young man. Very good. Identification, nice spot. Gets himself a squid.
真的好。
Has nice hair. Just everything's going for him. Nice back pillow. Life's good here at KPC Live, I'll tell you that. See the shot clock to the right of the dealer. Players keeping things rather swiftly for your viewing pleasure. Not a lot of tanking going on. Limp here from Wiktor. It's gonna bring in ST, and Xiang kicks it up. 26,000. Elton on the button. Queen 7 suited, does not have a squid. He's gonna get in there. Call. Wiktor gets out of the way. ST. These 5s. Probably gonna take a peek at the flop.
Hello.
Grabs a little bit of orange. And we're off to a flop 3 ways. 83,000 in the middle. Eight, 8 deuce. Pretty good board for Wang, all things considered. Not much going for anyone else, however. Xiang not with much of a hand. Has a couple backdoor possibilities. He's gonna kick it up to the tune of 31,000. Elton has not folded. Queen 7. No backdoor flush, just gets out of the way. And Wang certainly going nowhere. Could check raise sometimes, trying to get some overs to fold. I'll leave that up to him to decide, however. No, just gonna call. Seems fair. Off to a turn, 145. 9 diamonds. And Xiang really left in a predicament. Just 6 high, really no gut shot, no nothing. Only pure aggression. can win this. Pure aggression it is. Bet 90,000. Okay, sir. And this shrinks up Wang's hand significantly. His fives are not loving the bet. Of course, fives does beat some hands. Queen, jack, flush draws, jack 10. But it is in a hammerlock against value. Basically drawing to 2. Can't really get a read on that, man. Take it down, Hai Young. Nice play. Ooh, and that stings a little. You know. Oh, there you see the sigh, the look up to the world, to the skies. It stings. I hate getting bluffed too, Wang. Don't worry, I feel you, man. Get bluffed. It's like you knew he was up to no good. But it's hard to stick around with fives. Nice play, Hai Young. Nice play. I said only pure aggression is gonna win this, and he did it. It's a lot of bluffing that goes on in this game. There are no nits.
我开的 open。
我知道，我跟你说，你这个。
Can't really feel too bad, Wang. I mean, you only had fives. It's not that big a deal. It's all good. You'll get the next one. Action limping around to 10 Xuan, Jack Deuce suited in the blinds. Doesn't have a squid. He's going for it. And 10-8 suited. It's gonna give some action. Limp calls. Xuan putting on this little squeeze pre-flop against these limpers. It's gonna go heads up versus Wiktor. Wiktor in position. Both players 1.1 million effective. And that's middle pair for Wiktor. However, the board king high. 10 Xuan as the original raiser. Might want to just fire something out there, but no, wisely checks. And a quick check back. 9 now. Really nothing going for 10 Xuan except the fact that he was the original raiser. Taps the table once more. Wiktor is going to take that as a green light to bet this middle pair plus gut shot. 20,000. Take it down, Wiktor. Little 80,000 plus a squid, never hurt anybody. I wonder how much Chinese Wiktor knows by now. Has to be a little bit, right? Let's see if we hear him speak a little Chinese one of these days. Here are your current winnings.
他圈圈啊，
Yi up 430, Hai Young 122, Ding up 90. Ten Xuan still the profit, 4K. Wiktor and Wang.
哦 A3我他
A little bit
5
of
那把
work to do.
牌，
A3 丢了，
嗯，
A3丢了。
真打得好。
Player's nice enough here to wait for Hai Young.
真的 A3，看了
废话，
Wang limps in.
0.5公了。开玩笑，真的不是。
Hai Young's in there. 2 Broadway cards.
最少扣一枪。
说了他妈的扣一下，
Elton in as well, looking for a squid. And Ding, 10-8 suited, facing 3 limps on the cutoff. Wants to punish him.
直接说他看了，兄弟你不要吵了。
这么厉害，
22.
It's 4, right? It's 3.
Yeah, you call a queen. 94.
You heads up and lose all. Heads up.
No bet, check. Bet, I call, then check, check, I queen.
No bad, bad. You call.
Yeah, he call.
Hai Young's
Bad,
in.
you call.
嗯，输赢啊，
碰上哦，碰你是
Heads up, Hai Young versus Ding.
If heads up, I lose all.
Yeah, if 3,
啊，这个还搞不好，
单挑肯定输光了嘛
要么。你说他前
Great flop for Ding.
什么都打光了。
单挑肯定倒。
Hai Young misses. He picks up just backdoor equity out of position. Not loving this spot, of course. Check. And when you isolate 3 limpers and you get the 9-5-3, 2 diamonds, and you have 10-8 of diamonds, you'll take it.
但我这不
Take it down.
pocket 5, very
Ding.
strong.
A10我也
That's 2 squids for the young man.
A3我是啊 A4我是肯定不对 A3直接自己设进去，太傻了，万一等一下又被什么
A3牛逼，而且是面对谭老板，
1,000, 2,000 plus the 3K squid game.
顶尖高手呢，
这手牌体现出来是
真的。
That's the game they chose to play tonight.
鱼也太大了，是打8万打28万，把它当鱼打。
我也看的，
没有
那也
3分之2的差异。
没有，大是真的蛮大的，
那么干的面嘛，
干的面
这里面
结果他信了，
20多万呢。
不管嘛。
Hai Young first. He's out of there. Elton. Nice little suited connector. Better suited cards for Ding. He's gonna isolate, I'm sure. Kick it up. $22. Pocket pair for Yi. He's in. Call. Another suited connector out there. Clubs galore this hand. And Ten Xuan maybe wants to squeeze on the button with this connector. Looks interested. There's that pink.
看他们美女，太大。
这个来个冰美式，
103,000. Elton's out of there. Ding.
小王这腿真的要
Original Razor.
这也可以去啊。
So you think Tan Xuan is a little up to something here.
我不用菜单，我告诉你我点什么。
这个不行，
Tan Xuan's certainly capable. We all know that.
然后加盐加胡椒，再来个葱油饼，再来个冰的赤道水。
Ding's gonna want to take a peek at this. And I don't think he's gonna go anywhere. It's gonna flick in
会打一会儿。
a pink chip and off we
哎，帮
go.
我 straddle，然后帮我用时间牌，
对啊，他们给这个
3 ways to the flop, 314,000. 8-5 deuce. Decent board for Yi and Tan Xuan. Tan Xuan being the original 3-better. Picking up this board certainly could not complain. Double gut shot to the 7 and the 3. Expect a wager to come in here shortly. Trying to get hands like Ding's hand to just release. He's gonna face some resistance from some pocket pairs, of course, but I think a bet is in order. He's gonna choose half pot, 155. Down goes Ding. And now things get a little interesting. And remember, these two have a little bit of brewing tension.
Turn river, please.
Hey, look at this! And just gets it done.
I had 6-4 diamond.
打不过。你啥？什么？双休？
These players sometimes tell each other white lies.
Sex.
Nice hand, Tan Xuan.
这个还是
Take it down.
Bigger.
Deserve that one.
Same thing.
刚结束。
You know, all this time I thought it was just the Americans that lie to each other about hands. It's nice to see, you know, the Asians do it too. It's a worldwide phenomena that we just lie to each other about each other's hands, you know? It's just part of the game.
Maybe all in flop.
Nice 3 bet.
Nice, very nice.
好像第一枪发4个球应该是超了。
什么？
应该是挺好。
敲个球啊！我说哈了，烫了。
你说哈那我扣了，我这个说哈我还丢了，不是
要赢了，
扛一枪就悄悄了。
他没考完，然后人家 check 他打，人家爆。
牌他
没位置，辛苦了。
太少了。没有，我发现6种。
Limp from Elton, ace 10 offsuit. Pocket pair Ding. Limp.
反正是，输你3是吧？
Ye's in, king 4 offsuit. No squid. Elton no squid either.
再给我一次。
Wiktor on the button.
再给一次机会。
6-5 suited, no squid.
再来一个。
Excuse me, squid. 20,000.
花钱，对吧？对呀。花钱推出来。
In there, Elton.
还赢不到的是。
Ding with some options. Certainly kick it up sometimes. No, this time he's just gonna call. He's out of there with that dust. Tan Xuan wanted to gamble, but he thought better of it. No problem, 10. 67,000 in the middle, 3 ways to a flop. 7-7-3, pretty good board for Ding. Pretty good board for Wiktor as well. And why does the cameraman always go to the player that folded the good hand, you know? You see that? It's just me. It's like they want to see the pain. Maybe we do want to see the pain. Maybe that's what it is, and the cameraman just knows it. Nonetheless, Wiktor, bet that gutty. Elton's not going to release. And betting a call makes things a little awkward for Ding, of course. If he thinks his opponents are a little wide, maybe he springs in a check raise for protection now. But I think call is the predominant play, but he is going for the check raise. I love this from Ding. Very good identification. Small check raise gonna clear out some hands like Elton's, but maybe not Wiktor's hand. Call. And of course, this makes things a little awkward going into the turn. Jack of clubs. Some backdoor possibilities for Ding to be concerned of. See how he proceeds. This is certainly not an easy spot. I think if he checks, Wiktor's hand is probably so far down in his range that Wiktor probably opens the door to betting. And let's see if that prediction comes true. He's reaching. Bet.
你别老搞我好不好？你突然给我放冷箭，突然搞一次我放冷箭，
不够意，
不够钱。
不大。
66,000.
没钱给你小了嘛。
And this is where things get a little bit awkward. Check raise the flop for protection. You get called. Check turn because you have showdown. But then you face a bet. And that's a good call from Ding.
加的多，他不加钱我怎么放了？不加钱我找谁放？
Ding playing really tough this hand. Might have to face another bullet. As Wiktor only has 6 high.
大回来我推掉了。
10 of spades. Check from Ding. This is gut check time here. If you bet again, you're not saying you have a hand like 9s anymore. Basically saying you have queens plus, and pending the sizing, it might even be better than that. Oh, and he gives up! Ding, take it down! Ding played it tough. Check raise flop. Great call on the turn. And he takes it down. Nice hand, Ding. See you. 188,000 in the profit for that hand. And the cameraman, of course, knows exactly where to go. Goes to 10 Xuan and folded a 7. You know, this cameraman, I don't know if we love him or hate him, but he loves to see the pain. He's still on 10 Xuan. Yeah. Come on, we know he's suffering. These cameramen have no mercy, huh? Couple of limps here to kick us off. Queen, Jack, 3. C, ST, top and bottom. Not much going for anyone else. Bottom pair here for Elton. And ST is gonna bet. Justifiably so, of course. Elton reaching, calls a bottom pair. Does not want to see a 3. Little does he know. Breaky card on the turn. Only 9-10 fills. ST's hand is certainly good enough for another bet. Take it down, ST. Certainly the game has ebbs and flows. Saw some highlights earlier from Yi. Then you see Ding play tough with the 5s. And then you see a small limp pot. Part of it is the cards that are dealt. Part of it is the mood your opponent is in. See the players paying out their penalties if they didn't earn a squid. And here are your winnings at KPC Live. Yi still up 318. 10 up 216. Ding after that pocket 5s up 200k. Wiktor down 569, unfortunately for him. But the night is young, as I always say. Wang and Elton also down small. Have a long night. It's not over yet. The winnings are not safe. They're not locked up. And the losses can be recovered. At least that's what we always think, right? We always think the losses can be recovered. That's why we stay so long. Play many hours. The V-Pips, 10 Xuan, 79%, Elton, 75%. Everybody, at minimum, almost playing half the hands. And I think the double straddles on this hand, courtesy of 10 Xuan, and Wiktor limps in.
Trap. Oh, trap. Trap 2. Trap 4.
ST limps as well. High Young, suited connector on the button. Double straddles on. He limps in as well. This double straddle sort of keeping things a little tame. Dang. I don't know if we call that a suited connector, but we will this time. You know, we'll be a little bit optimistic. 5 deuce of diamonds. Yi comes in behind as well, and now 10 Xuan. You let him live? Let him live. Taps the table. We're off 6 ways to the flop. 49,000 in the middle. Great board for ST. Not much happening for anyone else. Wiktor was the first limper, and he's gonna try to rep. Good hand after being the first limper. Looks quite chunky. And he bets huge, 90,000. And if you're ST, I mean, you're absolutely emphatically loving this here. Beat hands like these king aces. But what does it mean when he bets this large? Do we still raise? I will defer that to ST. And to all of you at home as well. What do you think? ST says we're gonna kick it up. Oh, there it is. Raise it up.
Silent.
220. Small raise. Take it down.
零底，零拍。
Yep, real hand. Top 2. Get yourself a squid.
Good ball.
It's nice to win the one that's a double straddle. Take those for sure.
Good ball.
My fool.
See if these boys keep the straddle going.
My fool. SS my fool. No.
As if the game is not already big enough.
My fool. 叫什么 chop？
Boys want to play for all of
你
it.
刚说什么？那买夫叫什么
Trap.
？Trap。
有点像。
Trap。Trap。
再去
不是
学到一个
trap，。是 trap。
Trap。Trap。
trap。哈。
Ten Xuan, we don't see his hand, but he starts us off with a limp. Wiktor's in as well. ST
Chop。
also joins.
Chop 是分解。
top 是分对。
Hai Young's in.
二是什么？
Elton. Gonna put a little squeeze on these limpers. Kicks it up from the button. Ace 3 offsuit. And a real suited connector this time for Ding.
你们的局散了，
3 bet.
要散了，因为你不打了，因为你不打了。
Ding playing really tough today.
散了，已经散
It's a
了
$120.
啊？为什么？
And that might do the trick. Unless Elton really wants
因为
to
我不打了，我输了不打了。
get into a clicking war.
真的散了吗？
哪个鱼走了水上了？
Nope, take it down, Ding. Nice hand.
我输了，他们那里面我输了，输给阿汤。
我看今天欧风怎么那么多的？
嗯，
你今天喝了假酒
7-8输。嗯，
，call 也不 call 了，A3也不要了，
嗯，
零也不零，翻了8把下去。是不是教练说这个动作是多 open 一点划算？
看你天天赢钱这么开心。
昨天哎，
勾勾一。啊，
哪个位置啊？
你把局就打散了。
给个位置给你啊，勾勾一。
香港打到几分饱？
我说先飞到这个他的海报的。
啊？
什么谢飞到一滩海报啊？
对啊，每个人。
Action continues. Wiktor starts us off with a limp, couple limps behind. There's a lot of limping that goes on, trying to get yourself involved as much as possible for the squid.
那么好的局叫你打你不打，真的是。我都打得赢的局肯定是好局。
天局。
真的骗局。
Suited connector now. Uptown for Yi. He's been a little bit quiet since that last big pot versus Ten Xuan. Probably thinks his opponents are not going to believe him. I wouldn't believe him either. And after limping Elton, he's going to give him action with the King 3 suited. Dings in the button with King 8 suited. Probably wants to take a peek at the flop. He does. 3 ways to the flop. 9, 6, 5. 2 clubs, and what a board for Yi. I mean, it doesn't get prettier than that. Nothing for Elton. However, the door's certainly open for a hand like Ding's. Gut shot, backdoor flush draw, overcard. Both your opponents check. And he quickly puts out a bet for a third pot. And it's not going to work out so well just yet. Trap is set. He just calls. Praying that Ding jumps out the window on future streets. And Ding has a hand that could. Jack of hearts. Check. Ding. I would not blame him for betting here. We can't know that Yi has a hand like this. But he wisely checks. Avoided disaster. And that's a straight flush for Yi. I mean, you don't see those every day. And now he's praying that somehow Ding has a flush, but fortunately, no. Not much value can be had unless you check, but I'll defer to Yi for that. Probably thinks if he bets and your opponent has a flush, you're probably gonna raise anyway. $158 in the middle. Bet. $84,000. You would love to hear the word raise, but not from that hand. Take it down, Yi.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty one. Pretty one for sure.
晚上一点牌都没有，估计中个5最多了，我感觉。有没有对子？应该有一对。
卡嘛？啊，卡，我想转机嘛。对嘛，对子肯定嘛。然后都没有。如果是说我卡嘛。
I think that our friend Ding avoided disaster. I think many players would have just popped off with his hand, but nice play Ding, nice play Yi. Sometimes two players have to play well, but someone has to win the pot. Just the name of the game.
要不黑桃，要不发的好一点嘛。你很多招也挑嘛，你很多牌都挑嘛，这种牌就有点短一点。
不中了 A3 2对吗？刚开始。中来的有点低，又中了2对吗？只是你不玩而已，你不敢不中牌嘛。
Couple limps here. 10 Xuan as well, Jack 5 suited. And we're off to a flop, 4 ways. Queen 8 4, bottom pair, Xiang. We call this the bottom pair trip draw. It's a sneaky hand. Sneaky hand takes it. See the time banks front. Here are your winnings at KPC Live. Yi 362, Ding 210, 10 Xuan 200k, Xiang 96, ST in the black as well 50,000. Elton and Wiktor rounding out the bottom. Stakes are 1,000. 2,000. No limit holds him with a 3k squid. The players are playing multipliers as well. on 3, 5, and 7.
而且有一个我跟你说，
Get 3 squids,
喝苏打水
doubles.
喝
5 squid, doubles again.
喝矿泉水
7 squid, doubles once more. There's a total of 10 squids. Yi kicks it up here. Ace 4 of diamonds. 15,000. Real hand for Wiktor. Expect a squeeze. Almost certainly. 10 Xuan entered. A little speculative. And these two on a collision course here with these two hands. Yi can certainly 4-bet sometimes, especially facing a small blind 3-bet. This time, just gonna call. Tan Xuan, you could see it. He wants to gamble with these boys, but he's gonna shake his head and get out the way. Heads up. Wiktor versus Yi. Wiktor the original 3-better, but those diamonds are dominated. Jack 4 deuce. No diamonds on the board, however. 2 overcards for Wiktor. Also, not a board that's that scary. Probably gonna bet something. Chooses to bet 70. Roughly 40%. Don't think he's going anywhere with a pair. Call. Turn card, please. An innocuous 7. And Wiktor just left with dust. I mean, no equity here. Does have 2 overs if he wants to just pop off. Does block a little bit of Jack X, right? Can't really have King Jack or Queen Jack of diamonds. But no, taps the table. See how Yi proceeds if he wants to check for his showdown or turn his hand into somewhat of a protection bet. Checks it back, 6 of diamonds now. Difficult spot for King Queen of diamonds. You sort of look like you have King Queen of diamonds, as well as like Ace 10, things of that nature. And Wiktor wisely checks, check back from Yi quickly and take it down. It's a nice pot. Takes down 174,000 in profit, and the long night for Wiktor continues. Sometimes you just 3-bet King Queen suited, you miss the flop, you c-bet, the guy calls, and there's nothing you can do. And that happens over and over and over again, and that sucks, but that's the game. And that's the game we choose to play. Like I said earlier, we're somewhat of a masochist bunch. And then there are nights that you're just on the other side, where everything goes your way. You're just flopping sets, and your bluffs are getting through. And when you call 3-bets, you flop bottom pair and your opponent checks down. And that's the night that Yi is having. Those are the 2 sides of the coin. King Jack suited, Tan Xuan. Kick it up. 22. Call. And now it's Yi's turn to have a dominated suit. However, as I mentioned, when things go your way, they go your way. Trips here for Yi and Xuan with just a hand that almost has to bet. $20,000. And Yi's gonna kick it up. Little check raise to the tune of 52,000. And you see that Xuan wants to fight. If he calls here, it does make it uncomfortable for hands like pocket sixes, diamonds. However, if your opponent has a queen, that of which Yi does, it's not good for you. He does call. Off to a turn now. 151 in the middle. Flush draw fills. That would be some of what Yi would be raising the flop with, so Xuan not loving this card in terms of trying to play takeaway. Take it down, Yi. Not much Xuan can do after the 7 of diamonds turn. Potentially saved him money, right? Because Xuan was not calling that flop trying to hit a king or a jack, I'll tell you that. He was trying to call to play takeaway, and maybe that 7 saved him. Multi-way lit pot. Elton taps the table. Okay, here we go. It's a family affair. 14k in the middle. Let's see if some players could touch this board. 10-4 deuce. Top pair for Xiang. The other players, not so much. However, Yi has pocket fives, little middle pocket pair. Everybody folds. Take it down, Xiang.
没关系啊，
简单的说，
肯定是开 K 赛，你给我吓一跳怎么样？你们都不中牌不能硬靠吧？啊，
这种买八子啊，
这不能爸爸买后门啊！
你啊，
没必要吧？爸爸搞这些，为什么一定要抓？
哎，抓了不能放回去的，
还没开始肯定可以放回去嘛。
为什么？
自己放自己的，自己不要自己啊！你叫别人聊两句不 raise 了，别人就不 raise。
我以为被聊不抓了，我上头。
哪能这样子呢？
想想有道理，不要，哎，
乱搞。
今天还能不能抓？
ST Wang thinking about it. I think a 3-bet is almost certainly in order. Xuan kicks it up with ace-9 offsuit to 22. And Xuan's going to kick it up to 72. Little grin. Let's give the man some action. Xuan looking for a squid, trying to play tough. An unfortunate board for Xuan. Ace, Jack, 10. And this is one of those boards that ST, if you bet, you can get called by King Jack, King 10, Queen 10, etc. As well as worse Ace X. For that reason, he's betting. Take a standard call here after facing roughly third pot from 10 off to a turn, and things get a little bit more interesting. Xuan open-ended now. But now ST top pair double gutted. King or a 9 gives him a straight himself. Interesting situation. Does he bet thinking he could get enough value? Knowing the cards, we certainly would. Not knowing the cards, though? A little bit different. Chooses the aggressive option. It is the correct one now. 170. Ten's in. And this pot certainly has escalated. In an innocuous river, the pot 617. Check from 10. And ST taps the table. You're gonna win that one. 617 going to ST Wang. Very nice hand. It's a pretty big pot. Up to 1.4 million. Profits 310,000 that hand. That was a significant swing for ST. And 10 takes it in stride. These players very used to these types of swings. 10 and ST probably have played many $600,000 pots in recent years. Maybe in recent days. And here are your winnings. Yi up 611. ST after that pot up 355,000. 10 Elton and Wiktor round out the bottom.
上面是这样回复的吗？我看了呀，
还没回，
回了，
谁说的？
上面
有人这样回了。
哎，
真的有人回了，我以为你开玩笑。
我真的有粉丝留言，但我没点开下面的。
我看了嘛，那
哎呦我操！我
操
肩膀给你笑透了。哪个
热衷于德州事业。
是被他买走了，留言的买走了。不过
And between all the laughter and festivities, Elton just decides to sneaky 3-bet the 6-4 suited. He's gonna go heads up with Xiang. Xiang flops the flush draw. Okay. Look at Elton. He's locked into this pot, though. Everyone's laughing. He's locked in. He's trying to win. He's trying to win this hand. He can laugh and after. He's gonna bet.
是不是已经是你的规矩？
Quick call from Xiang. 50,000 and a call. Off to a turn.
那你别说，也要真的去谈。
Jack of diamonds. 247 in the middle. Xiang picks up a gut shot to go along with that flush draw. And Elton just gives it up on the turn. Check it back. Another ace. King high good if it can hold on.
最低啊！为什么穿短袖这么热啊？
前两天不是可以更低的吗？
啊，
开完了，公历早上开完了，他说晚上没有了，
一天只能开。
只能开一次啊。
And Xiang turning this king high into a bluff.
现在房间不能单独那个。
Small bet, 72k, and it's gonna get it done. Nice hand, Xiang. Take it down. It's nice to bluff with the best hand, you know? Because then the pot is almost certainly coming your way. Unless your opponent decides to really G up. And then, you know, you got other problems in your hand. But most of the time, it just goes your way.
打一样嘛，54000嘛。
See some quick accounting here.
500.
Elton wants to load up another 500k. And here are your winnings. Yi 609, Wang 353, Xiang after that last pot 233, Ding 200, Xuan, Elton, and Wiktor. A little bit of work to do, and Wiktor with a little bit extra homework.
几个小时的
Down
时间都有
820
多点赞了。
Here at KPC Live.
因为我也没这个软件，我就
Feel as if things are slowly,
海外的 ID 不能下，我也不能。
maybe a little bit more than slowly, but they're certainly heating up.
我也没。
It's not as
用那个
I feel like something's gonna
看
happen.
漂亮评论消失了。
Xuan leads the way, 78% VPIP. Everybody giving action. I mean, the lowest VPIP is almost half the pots,
装短视频的软件，
and the highest VPIP over
容易被，
3/4 of the pot. So, I mean, you're in there, in there.
因为你什么东西看了之后，他会推荐给你，然后就再反复再这样。我不喜欢看。
Wiktor starts us off with a limp.
很多粉丝说，这个很喜欢我们这个的整个的打牌的
Little 7-6 offsuit.
啊，然后大部分是这样的啊，就说氛围很好嘛，反正有的你看到
欢乐局。
对打一个那个不是什么大的，然后都很严谨啊，那个
墨镜、口罩的，
都很严
Couple limps so far, everybody
很随意。
behaving.
因为我们私下本身也是朋友。
And we're off to a 6-way limp pot.
被打死好几个朋友。
Ace, Queen, 8. He has bottom pair. No one else with much of anything except Ding has the 9 high flush draw. He wants to take a stab at it after everyone decided to play passively on the flop. Gets through the pair. I think it's over now. Basically only had to get through Yi.
移了，哦哟，然后他双位3D 的嘛。
刚刚庄位哈。
Take it down, ding.
然后你庄位啊。这么大。
很多人在粉丝圈里面有点谭老板的视频1秒钟都不要剪，
都剪了。炮台快没了，兄弟啊！老子一直让我换了，我顶不住了。我真的是啊，炮台都没了。
这句话我也翻译。
妈的，很烫啊！
因为你要解释半天是吧？还要
我不知道炮台怎么说。
城堡。
啊，开。
差不多了。
See the beautiful setup here at KPC Live. Dealer's also smooth pitch.
后台，后台。
这不一个会中文的老外吗？你们有点聊什么？我觉得会中文的老外。哦，那
You
两
need
个会
dealers
中文
like
的老
that
外。
in my local casino. Smooth pitch.
You always cut something. cut one piece, cut one piece.
Maybe I give a bit more later.
他说一会儿把你
So far, everyone limping once again, behaving, as I would say.
笑得有点不自然，我感觉啊。
Wiktor, real hand, kick it up. King Queen suited.
天死人了。
Let's make it a quick 30,000. Take it down. Probably wanted to play a bigger pot. Try to get unstuck. King Queen suited. Hopefully was trying to do the job, but we'll take the small ones as well as a squid. Can't complain. Beggars certainly can't be choosers. I always hated that saying. I always did. I don't even know why I used it.
那个还是有点厚的。
I apologize to the community.
堵了，这把堵了。
See if Xuan. I think he's gotten a little bit bored of this limping game. Let's kick it up. Let's make it 24,000.
我不要面包。I don't need the bread.
Xuan, I'm sure was a Kobe Bryant fan.
武器张毛。
离外面一点。
他不好意思。
Take it down.
武器有什么见不得？
It's always fun to see the reactions right after you raise with some dust. And then you show it. And they were like, yeah, we know. Well, we couldn't do anything. We both just sort of chuckle amongst each other. And then we're off to the next hand. The storyline continues. Elton limping in with the 10s, trying to trap one of these boys. Doesn't work on Yi. Limps behind. Wiktor limps behind as well, and unless Young decides to jump out the window, no, we're going to go 5-way limp. Not the plan Elton wanted.
那个 Elton 真是最近头发密了，是不是戴了假发？
Decent board for 10s, only one overcard. However, that overcard did touch Wiktor.
假发之后很黑。
Middle pair for Yi. He's gonna fire in a value bet. 6,000 gets action.
我敲过了。
到底你要不要？
不能再敲了。
敲过了，现在要 call 住。
Uncomfortable spot for Elton. But he's gonna call. He does have a club.
Elton 真一手牌赢了。
So that 10, if it rolls off, it's gonna be a clean 10. Nonetheless, he's still behind.
有吗？
不知道。
King of spades. This might slow down the action entirely. Check, check. Off to Wiktor. He checks. River card jack. I mean, the door is open for Elton if he decides to want to turn these tens into a bluff, but no checks.
因为YouTube 跟那个叫什么那个
Check, check, check.
没有那么多，抖音
Take it down,
所以
Wiktor.
抖音上评论就很多很多几百条，看了多少条。
怪我。
Not bad.
对
Not bad at all.
，I can raise。
Gets himself a second squid.
但是单挑的也你打一枪我跟了，挑到头牌了。
真不容易。
是，我不怕你3粒，我怕
Get yourself a little
我这个牌看不见。
sip
3粒我这个，
tea.
你这里令牌，我这边3粒，你大概率。
These boys do drink a lot of tea.
抖音上面是一个长视频，
Has to be an Eastern Hemisphere type of thing. I feel like I didn't grow up drinking a lot of tea.
看连续剧。
Maybe it's for sophisticated folk.
不要让他不要剪，1秒钟都不要剪，说他说什么躺在床上。
We out here, we're just like barbarians drinking Diet Coke as our classy drink.
懂的就不要剪嘛，不懂的就想剪。
Ding. Ace King offsuit. Raise at 22. Gonna pick up a chunk of action. Queen Jack suited. King 9 suited. Calling behind. Elton's in there. King 9 offsuit himself. The good news is Ding has mostly everyone dominated. And the case King falls. Great situation developing for Ding. All of his opponents touched, but they're all behind. Wager from Ding 33. Wiktor not going anywhere. Middle pair, as well as backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Calls. Things a little uncomfortable now for ST, facing bet and a call in front. Release, good one at that. Things a little different for Elton, given that he does have the same hand as ST, but does have that King of Hearts though. Justifies a call. Off to a turn now. 188 in the middle, 3 ways. 7 of diamonds. Great card for Ding. Let's see. Fires in another bet. Gets through Wiktor. Now the situation for Elton is dicey. Does Ding have something like Jack 10, Ace 10, maybe some low flush draws? Elton believes it's certainly enough. And this is not a great card for Elton, as his King 9 improves now. Chops with hands like King Jack, King 10, that of which he was losing to before. think this is certainly another bet in order for Ding. And then the decision will be on Elton. Basically the same decision he had on the turn will be the same one on the river. Does Ding have hands like 6, 8 of hearts? Maybe ace 3 of hearts. Maybe a jack 10, ace 10. Big bet. $245,000. And a quick call and nice pop for Ding. 491,000 in profit. Very well played. Bet. And it was just a situation for Elton that it was tricky. His hand on the river improves. And he still beats all the bluffs. The 9-10, Jack 10, the low flush draws. But this time, unfortunately, Ding had it. And that was a big pot. Ding's played very well today. Had that nice tough turn call with pocket fives. This nice ace king. All Ding today. And that changes things on the leaderboard. You see Ding 713,000 in the black now. Also has 3 squids, so that's double the penalties. Love to see it if you're a Ding fan. And if you're not a Ding fan, maybe you'll become a Ding fan after this. I mean, the guy's playing exceptional. ST raises up with the ace-4, gets 3-bet from Elton. He's curious. Probably feels as if Elton's up to no good. Take it down though. Nice hand, Elton. Little rebate. Feel as if the 3-bet frequency goes up a little bit after you lose one, right? I don't blame you, Elton. I would 3-bet too. I would 3-bet much worse than King Jack. If I lose a pot like that, I'm 3-betting everything. Straddle live. Real hand for ST. He's dying someone to try that 3-bet again. Elton thought better of it. Good idea. And now Ding is gonna kick it up with the King 7 suited from the small blind. Unfortunately for him, not well timed, as ST has a real hand, as well as has him dominated in suits. And ST, what is this? Okay. Alright, well, at least he used the napkin, right? Like, the napkin... Alright, you know, that was classy. You know, at least he used the napkin. I've seen many players not use the napkin, then they dirty the cards. And then it's a whole ordeal, you know? But, nonetheless, heads up, ace-queen suited in position versus Ding's king-7 suited of the same suit. Players gonna take a peek at this flop. Ace 5-4. Great board for ST. Ding, I assume, is gonna bet something here, trying to generate some folds from hands like king queen, king jack, queen jack, jack 10. I'll defer to Ding. Bet here 47,000. Could almost certainly kiss those goodbye unless we get some running cards. ST deciding between raise and call. It would be pretty cool. I think the standard play I see here is call, but I don't think raise would be out of order whatsoever. I like this a lot. Raise it up. 115. Trying to catch his opponent with a worse ace. Ace 10, ace jack. Hands that would 3-bet. Feel the need to bet for value. And somehow Ding has not folded. I mean, he would really be out on the street here. The 7 is not great. Block hands like 7-6, 7-8 that might be raising the flop as a bluff. But sometimes it's not about the cards. Sometimes it's just street poker. Do you think your opponent's up to no good? And I would say every player here at some point is up to no good. And Ding calls. And this is not a call trying to hit a king or a 7. This is a call of, I'm going to take this away from you in a little bit. Just hold on. 10 of hearts on the turn.
那网友有说，他说我是什么口味燃的徒弟，为啥？
想服软。
No.
Check from Ding, and now ST, do you want to bet again for value?
不是，他肯定有什么梗啊。
Lose to ace 10 now. Still lost to ace king from the jump.
可能知道吧，因为李老师呀，他熟啊，我真不知道。
口味燃我都。 我是只是认识。
Knuckles it back. Another 10. Good card. Makes it less likely your opponent had ace 10. And now we will see what Ding had planned. He already beats hands like 8-7, 6-7. But does he still feel as if he has to bet? He's reaching. And that's a bet of 175. ST. And this play from Ding is... it's tough. But I think, unfortunately for him, ST just had too much hand. Just a little bit too strong. Ace Queen suited. He's gonna call and take it down. Nice play from both players. You don't see that every day. Get raised, called to try to bluff a future street. I think both players took a line that you don't see every day, and I think that's the difference, right? You don't see Ace Queen raise the flop that often. You don't see King 10 float and then try to take it away. And I think that's what makes the game so much fun. They're out there not playing your standard game of poker. They're bluffing, they're raising thin. And because of that, the chips, they move round and round. 10-3 suited for Wiktor.
The last one? Or the second round?
ST now. Ace Queen of Hearts again. Can ST get on a little roll? Hai Young, though, is going to put up some resistance with this gut shot. I would like to see a bet. And that he does. Wager inbound. Makes it tough on these overcards. Maybe ST calls here, but Hai Young very likely to keep the heat on with this kind of hand. Call, of course, from ST. A little bit too much showdown value, as they say. King of Diamonds. ST with only a gut shot. However, this card on the turn is not great. Yeah, because of that, he checks. And this is just a poor run out for 5-6. These overcards make it less likely that you're value betting a 9 on the river. Maybe we just shut it down. Might not get the chance to shut it down if ST bets into us, of course. And ST did bet into us. I think this hand is over, but I've seen Hai Young have some elaborate bluffs. And he's not folded yet. And he has 6 high. And he looks interested. I mean, this would just be really above the rim. But no, thought better of it. I mean, it's tough. 6 high there is not an easy one to pull off. Nice hand, ST. But you see the players are really now not wanting to give anything away. Every hand is just fought to the death. If there's a little bit of suspicious nature that you might not have a pair, You're facing at least a 30-second tank on the river to try to get you to fold through a raise.
差一点点就怼回去了，对吧？
那肯定嘛，我6嗨呢，我6嗨还沿用个延时牌，我都想上了。
想想我没10圈，我没有10圈，我有3条的兄弟。
你正常敲人家怼回去，没必要吧？有一点。
Action certainly moving here at KPC Live.
我怼回去，我又就是他没有牌，他不就气给我了吗？我也
Young limping in, trying to get a
我
squid.
演什么牌？我他没有
Elton,
牌。
suited queen, joins the party. Dang now. Ace 9 suited. We're certainly going to raise it up.
啊，那鱼是不是很贵啊？
22. Bring in Yi with the same suited cards. And look at this 10. Xuan, 7 deuce of clubs.
Penalty. 10k each.
Wants to make a highlight out of this. You could see it. Do it, 10. Yes, do it. Grab a pink. We know 10 wants to do it. He's trying to find it in him. This guy's an animal, man. Yes. Yes, 10 Xuan, get him.
这是这一轮最后一个女人。
Down go 8. Down goes Elton, and now Ding.
还有一轮。
It's all been going so well for Ding, but he lost that King 7 suited, and now 10 Xuan feels like there's blood in the water. He's asking Ding, do you want to lose 2 big pots in a row or what? Yes! Yes! What an animal. But now he has to get through Yi. And Yi's a tough customer too. He's gonna click the call button. He's in position. He wants a squid. And let's go. Street poker in the
抽
building.
烟这个时候100%来得及。
Ace 4 10. And Yi flops middle pair. But the betting lead with 10 Xuan. And he has 7 deuce, so I don't think he's checking anytime soon. 368,000 up for grabs. We're betting. You see it, $1.60. Don't think he's going anywhere. Of course, middle pair, a little bit too much hand, but this board might just get dicey. Don't have backdoors. Just naked middle pair. Call. Pot escalated now, 688. 4 of hearts. Doesn't change anything. Top of range. Still being hands like ace king, ace queen. Your opponent will have a little bit of 4x, some 5-4 suited, things of that nature, but when Yi just calls the open and then calls the 3-bet, we don't really think he has too much ace jack, ace queen, ace king, of course not. Does Tan Xuan just pop off? It'll likely work. Check. Don't think there's much reason for Yi to bet this turn. I think you just race to showdown, hope your opponent gave up. Just thinking about this. I think we're going to see a check here. And then we're going to decide if we're Tan Xuan, how much do we bet the river, if anything? And here we go, river card. 7 of spades. So now, if you're Tan Xuan, you do beat some hands. Hands like King Queen, King Jack, Queen Jack that peeled flop. However, do think that you lose to a fair chunk of 10x's. So if you can maybe get a 10 to fold, that would be great. I don't think you could get an ace to fold at this point. The question is, how much showdown do you have as played? Beat some low flush draws. 5, 6 of diamonds. Taps the table. That's a check mark for Yi. Thinking about it. He himself thinking maybe I could get value. It would be razor thin. Trying to get a hand like 9s to call. And these boys do not miss a value bet. I'll tell you that. Razor thin value bet on the river here. It looks like quarter pot. He basically is targeting the exact kind of hands that Tan Xuan is saying he has. Something like 9s, 8s, some sort of under pair to a 10. And he does call. Nice value bet from Yi. Over $1 million pot goes to Yi with the 10-8 suited. Very nicely played. And I can't really blame Tan Xuan. I mean, this is a crazy price on the river. If his opponent ever just has Queen Jack and you just fold, that would be terrible. But nonetheless, $1 million headed to Yi. And you gotta love Tan Xuan. I mean, he just goes after it with the 7 deuce of clubs. I mean, plays $1 million pot with 7-2 suited. I don't know how many of us have ever done that, win or lose. See the squids getting paid out. See the players discussing. What do you think they're discussing? Because I don't understand Chinese, but it's probably something cool. And here are your winnings. He now up to 1.83 million in the profit. ST Wang almost 800,000. Ding 300. Hai Young up 200. And Wiktor, Elton, and Tan Xuan still have a little bit of work to do here at KPC Live. And they're gambling. They're definitely gambling out there. We're just lucky to have a little peek at it. Xuan leading the way in the VPIP category, 73%, Elton 71, Yi 60. All the players giving action, playing at minimum almost 50% of hands. And here are your chip counts. These players are sitting 1,000 big blinds deep, excuse me? I mean, these games are set up for blood. That's all I know. This isn't your 2-5 game with $500 like that you play online. I mean, this is some live stream poker, like Jesus Christ. Elton, ace-9 suited, uptown. And Haiyang's gonna give him some action, looking for a squid early on. Remember, first squid is worth 2. Kind of a nothing flop for both players, but Elton wrapping around that 7 and the 6 with his 9 might justify a bet. Also has backdoor flush draw. Take it down.
我就因为我说了那句，我就想偷他。
你那么巧，
我不送就给你了嘛，真的是。万一我什么7、8、7就 flop 验验牌，不要放弃了。
然后他说一个你
Elton puts out the straddle.
还说一个。
Trying to close the action. Trying to get that third squid. I see you.
结果真的是个一圈啊！
真的是个
他一说我吓一跳，哎呦，哎，一圈都被你读出来。
对。
表演一把不破给你。这把真破不。
你刚专门说了一句，只有你 A 3比0 A 将会破，
我连卡顺都没有啊。
那你也真的是。
其实我在想，你 flop 会不会演？
我就买个后门。
他 call 这个牌，
你不知道怎么打的，你知道吗？是 flop or raise 的。
我知道他打小数，你打11万多嘛，我咋不知道？所以我说他 call 完河牌档口的时候，感觉他下面卡顺。
See a couple limps here, and Xuan gets after it with the 86. Take it down 10.
他妈的不付给我的时候就68，不付给我的时候就很麻烦，我操！
都很付给你的人，
妈的上头。
75期的68还后面跟怎么打？
And what I'll say after watching all of today is these players hate folding. If they have a pair, it's hard to get them off. Saw the pocket fives earlier from Ding. He check raise and then check called the turn with overs and trips and all kinds of stuff available. He's calling 3-bets 10-8 suited, call flop, and then value betting razor thin. It's tough. It's fun. Because if you get a real hand, you're gonna make some money.
他留错，他留错了2个鱼，他留错了错的鱼，
Multi-way limp here over to Elton. Jack deuce taps the table.
对，但我杂毛也不同，我大部分靠2万多的牌确实都靠不动，
很多牌中不到，
都靠不动，不是中不到，靠都不会靠反正。
Ace, ace, 4. Literally no one with anything. Ding breathes at the pot and takes it. Take it down. Get yourself a squid, the easy way.
没必要偷了嘛，我他妈中个7怎么偷啊？
上头，
真的是。
没什么好下头的，都变。就试试看，终于拿到一个鱼。
我没时间了，也懒得想了，算了。
用那个时间还用完？
用完了，老是搞高难度的牌我打，我他妈的，我喜欢打昨天那种 APK。
You could certainly count on Xuan to give action.
这牌我不打了。
And I like that. I like when there's entertaining players. They make for great streams. And I think all the players here are entertaining. I've seen enough hands from all these guys that they're all capable of any moment just launching it in your face. They're just, hey, nobody's scared here. Limp from Yi. 10. Xuan folds. Wiktor's limping as well, but ST puts an end to that. We're going to kick it up, and Xiang has not folded. Call. Ace 5 suited in position for Xiang. Yi with a suited connector, he's in there.
我不大不是尊重我 T 哥吗？我不大。
Wiktor gets out the way. 3 ways.
对啊。
加牌真的是说这些。
我不是尊重我 T 哥吗？别人的牌我这牌还不大。
Nice flop for ST, open-ended, backdoor flush draw. Also the original raiser, so this board certainly looks like it hits him harder than everyone else. Starts us off with a bet. 20,000. Xiang backdoors galore, as well as an overcard. Doesn't want to hit that overcard though. Brick 4. I think ST probably wants to keep betting a hand like this. No real showdown value, but a hand that can certainly place pressure. Bet. You can feel Xiang has really good sense of when someone doesn't have it. But Ace 5 is just a little too weak. Not much you can do. Don't blame him for folding, of course. But the instincts are there. I could see it. I like it.
打不过，打这个问题很难打，
很难。
一共就才3局。
See the straddle up. 10 Xuan, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. The winnings here, Yi up 1.15. ST 800, Ding 300. Xiang up 137, 10. Elton and Wiktor on the other side of that. Here at KPC Live. We've been live for about 3 hours here, and the VPips 10 Xuan, 70%, Elton 70%, Yi, ST, Wiktor all in the 50s. Yi's in the 60s at that. Everyone is giving action. I mean, at this point, the VPips are just a formality.
也是2个黑桃，准备在后面。
买个后门的特。
怎么行了搞你来的
？Pocket breeze, Xiang
蒙那么多。
in there, call.
你行了我就打。
我真的挺能就多输一点，我可能 check raise。
Elton, queen deuce, but real hand for Ding.
我肯定多了，我这个打。
picks it up. 24,000. And Yi reaching. King Queen offsuit 3-bet. And look at this. King Queen offsuit for 10 Xuan. You know he wants to go after Yi. You just know it. It would certainly. Yes. I love 10 Xuan, man. Get after it. You knew he was gonna go after him after that last hand with 10-8 of clubs. He wasn't just gonna let that slide. And take it down, 10 Xuan. Love to see it. Cold 4-bet. Gets a better hand and the same hand to lay
有一
down.
张花牌，你叫我干嘛干嘛？
你要干嘛？你要干嘛？你要干嘛？你说你要干嘛？
不敢赌，不敢赌。
妈真上头。能不能拿一把大牌？
谁可以砸毛嘛？圈可以砸毛嘛？我一说这么有信心，我说你要有一张花牌让我干嘛
10 Xuan, you earned that squid. I'll tell you that, man. Straddles live from Wiktor. Game's kicking up.
刚在嘛，妈的，有鬼的。
King 5 off, ding. He's in. He's looking for a squid. 9-3 suited. 10 Xuan in there and Wiktor.
Waiting for you.
Judgment. Raise it up. And Wiktor's getting after it with the 10 deuce offsuit. Big boy raise. 10 Xuan's not in the mood of folding. Call. Heads up. 84,000 in the middle. Good board for Wiktor. Bottom pair as well as a board that just looks like it hits. Bet. I think this hand's over. But 10 Xuan's not in a folding mood. He also has that queen of clubs. Might decide to maybe call here, make a move on a club.
No 7 deuce.
Call it is. Does Wiktor want to turn his hand into a bluff? No, takes the showdown. Ace. He left with queen high here. Try to get him off king high. Maybe get him off pocket threes. I think if you're betting here, you're probably trying to rep a 7.
King high win. No king high. No king high. You win.
Yeah, I think it was a good check.
No king. Same king high.
Doyle Brunson.
Huh?
Doyle Brunson.
Bad call.
Okay. Mistake.
Huge mistake.
Yeah.
打错了，他犯错了。他说他打他扣嘛，他说哦，叫我犯错了。
I have you.
You guys think Tan Xuan knows who Doyle Brunson is? I think it's a good question. I think he does. I think he does. But I don't think it's 100%. KPC live cumulative winnings. Yi up 1 million. ST Wang 863. Ding 300,000. Hai Young up 133. Tan Xuan, Wiktor, and Elton. Still with some work to do, boys. Still with some work to do. We all been there. It's been a entertaining evening to say the least.
你这个雨水的。
9-8 suited. Excuse me, 9-8 offsuit. Ding, in there. Yi kicks it up with King Jack. The suited version. 10. Xuan in there with 6-5. The same suited version. And these two, you could feel... It's almost like watching a boxing match with these two. 5 out the window. 9-8-5. Complete whiff for Yi. Check, check. Another 8. Good board for this 6-5. Could certainly bet or check. Bet would be a little bit of protection. Don't want to see some Broadway cards on the river. Does choose that. Take it down. Round 7 goes to Tan Xuan.
我说到底几个五？拿手出来，可以了。
And that's a third squid as well. As you know, the penalty doubles for all the players who do not have one at the end of the game. There are 10 squids total. I feel like most of you know the rules by now, but I'll repeat it a couple times, nonetheless, in case. On the 3rd squid, the penalty doubles. On the 5th squid, it doubles again. And on the 7th squid, it doubles once more. There are 10 total squids. If you are one of the players that do not have a squid at the end of that round, you owe the money, and the starting penalty is $3,000. Meanwhile, 3 ways to the flop. Elton kicks it up with ace-jack offsuit. Gets 2 customers. Ace-10-5. Bottom pair for Hai Young. Middle pair for Tan Xuan. But Elton... top pair. Don't think 10 can go anywhere just yet. Middle pair does beat some Jack 10 type of hands. Maybe some bluffs. Queen Jack, King Jack. Bet and a call in front, bottom pair. A little bit dicey, but you do have the backdoor flush draw. Think you could go either way. Call. Off to a turn, 111,000 in the middle. It's a bricky card if there ever was one. I think ace-jack can certainly consider betting once again. No, this time he checks. I think that's fine as well. Tan Xuan with mostly smack middle of the range, but it wants to get thin value. Gets through Hai Young. Not gonna get through ace-jack though. Elton does call off to the river. 231,000. 6 of clubs does not change this board much at all. Check from Elton. At this point, I think Xuan's done. It's going to take his showdown.
不搭理他，不搭理他。
Check, check.
不搭理他们。
Nice hand, Elton. Nice hand.
我就拿钱来了。
这打不要了，对吧？
And that check on the turn was smooth. Got Xuan to bet thinly for value. Got himself a 3rd squid. No complaints.
我不知道啊，是不是分成啊？乘一把。乘一把分成啊？
不是，
那为什么要
哦，也
两个？
是最后一把，真的是上头。
哦，
那个鱼放那里，就我一个人看不到了。
就停了吗？
对对对，行了。
什么意思啊？2个翻倍，2000块也不要。
Looks like this is the last hand before the players take a small break. See if we get something going
万
here.
一呢？
我call 就看不到了。
Elton limps in with the ace-10 offsuit, and Xiang is going to kick it up from the big blind with the queen-jack off. 33. Quick call. Elton.
啊，有那么
Heads up.
这也能填。
我坐在前面，我难受的很，真的难受。
这把你怎么也得给他填一下。
Pretty good board, all things considered, for both players. Although it's monotone. Queen jack off probably wants to bet. You don't really want to check call. It's kind of annoying with this hand, but he does choose to check. Not a great board for queen jack. Check, check, though. Door's open. Unfortunately for him, Elton has top pair. He can't know that, though. Very good check, all things considered. Elton would not be folding. I think most of us would have lost more money here for sure. You know, he seems frustrated, but hey, listen. I think 95% of players would have lost way more money than just check, check, fold. I'll tell you that. So, pretty good hand there, Xiang versus Elton. And Elton picking up 4 squids.
4个5、8个5万1，5万1，14、17、5万1。好。
And you see the players taking a quick break.
放下来就行了，是吗？
As you see your KPC live winnings, Yi up almost $1 million. ST865 Ding 317. Xiang up 11,000. Elton down 600. Xuan 700 and Wiktor down 831,000. We will be back shortly here at KPC Live.